What's up, Breaker Army? Welcome back to another Collector's Perspective and Discussion video. Today is going to be an insane one. Konami just dropped the Moab, the mother of all bombs, on every collector, possible investor. There's been some insane stuff that just came out as of today. Today is February 25th. So Konami just announced the new Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem set that's coming out in June. Now, if you guys watched my most recent video, you saw me talking about the new Ultimate Rare Blue Eyes that was coming out in June. So this makes a lot of sense now on why that was coming out, because we were questioning, what's the release date, or why is that the release date? There were so many kind of like uncertainties there, like kind of odd timing, but now it makes a lot of sense because this set comes out, I think I'm looking at the set right now, June 11th for OTS and June 13th. We're going to look at the actual promotion page here in just a second. Shifting over to the promotional page, so you guys can see here, Battles of Legend, Monster Mayhem. We don't have the artwork yet for the set, but there is 177 cards in the set. I'm assuming that probably includes like any potential cards that are going to be in there. You guys will see what they're doing, but I don't really agree with, and we're going to go and dive into all those details in just a minute because I actually have some key talking points I want to go over with this one. So it does come out, again, like I said, June 11th for OTS and June 13th for everybody else. So normal MSRP per pack. So this year's Battles of Legend set, Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem, comes with 3 new surprises. Surprise 1, it's time to chibi. So we can see here we do have the Blue Eyes White Dragon and the Gore's Emissary of Darkness. These are the chibi arts. So I actually have some other pages pulled up that you'll see where these arts kind of come from. So surprise, it's time to chibi. Get your hands on 10 cute as a button chibi variants of popular monsters. We've used a chibi art style and accessories before, but this is the first time it's been used on actual cards. And just to be clear, these aren't just tokens. They're fully playable cards with game text. I will be honest with you, I'm actually really excited for this. I think this is really cool. You guys just saw my recent video, and if you didn't, go check it out, talking about alternate artworks. This is really nice. I'm glad they're going in this direction. They're listening to some of us out there in the community. Maybe not everybody, because obviously there's some things that Konami can actually improve on, but this is nice. So we're going to go back and look. So this is nothing, nothing about this is new. Konami has done this before with Rush Duel. They've done these with promotions in Japan. So it's more of like a Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! 7-Eleven Haichu promo. So I think if you bought one of the candies for Haichus, you could get one of these promos. You can see here, Dark Magician, Buster Blader. We've got a Dark Paladin, one of my favorites, Marshmallow, Guy of the Fierce Knight, Curse of Dragon, and then the Guy of the Dragon Champion. These are really cool. I don't have any nearby right now to show you what they look like in person, but they have like have you ever seen like a Hobby League card? That's kind of what they look like. Not quite like a QCR, not quite like a Starlight Rare. Nothing like that. They are very unique in their own right, and I think they're actually like really collectible. So this was the series for 2023, and then we go to 2024. Ding, ding, ding. We can see the Blue Eyes. So we have the Blue Eyes, XYZ Dragon Cannon, Red Eyes, Time Wizard, and then here's really cool ones. We got Avion, Sparkman, and Burstinatrix for the Elemental Heroes. Same thing, 2024. I hope they do this again for 2025. So this kind of teases, what Konami might be doing later in the year. So we have, this obviously came out in August back in 2024 and 2023. So we might be seeing some more of these chibi artworks come out for Rush Duel in Japan. So be on the lookout for that if you are in Japan. But it doesn't stop there. So some of you have actually gone to YCSs and seen, or if you've been looking at the market, you'll see some of these cards, or these coins, excuse me, that you can actually get whenever you pre-register for events. I pulled this up, I think, from the official Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG page. So this was back in, I think, 2024 last year. So you can see here, these are the same chibi artworks. We've got Wing Karibo. This is, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on what its name. Grand Mole. And is that Grand Mole? I think it's Grand Mole. Got the Scapegoat tokens, Neos, Jerry Beans Man, Cyber Dragon, the Goblin Elite Attack Force, or just Goblin Attack Force, Flame Wingman, I believe, here, and then this is Ancient Gear Golem. Now, they've done many versions of these before in the past, so also on, going back to our good friend Yu-Gi-Oh! News on Instagram, so we've got DD Crow, Dark Paladin, not Buster Blader, oh my god, Blackluster Soldier, the Dandelion, there's the Gore's artwork, so again, we've seen these before, and then the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and then there's also Jinzo, we've got Mobius, and this is, oh my god, Skull Servant. I drawn a blank, there's so many monsters to try and remember. So again, this is like, it's not entirely new because Konami has released these artworks before, but this is exciting. I was a big advocate of them pushing alternate artworks onto the scene. I'm hoping that it kind of stays a little bit exclusive. I wouldn't mind seeing like higher rarities of these because it creates chase. It creates something that people can actually hunt for when they're opening packs. Coming from somebody whose whole channel was pretty much about opening packs. Give us something, Konami. Throw us a bone, please, because we've been asking for a long time. Going back to the main page on the YugiohCard.com website. So actually, I missed this here down in parentheses. Expect more chibi variant art cards in the future. So very, very important note there. Very important note. Prize number 2, you're going to bling out in style. Also new in this set, Emblazoned. I don't know if you're pronouncing that right. Emblazoned, maybe. I don't know. Ultra rares. Each pack of Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem comes with a Dragon Maid, Punk, or Orcus-themed Ultra Rare card with a custom emblem for that theme, whatever this word is, right on the card's text box. So if you can't see, I almost missed it, but right here, I'm going to try and blow this up on the screen. So right here, we actually have the emblem down here where we were used to seeing the 25th anniversary stamp or 20th anniversary stamp or 10,000 for 10K Dragon, things like that. So it looks like Konami's going to go in the direction of adding these stamps. I wonder if they're going to be like embossed. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. If they're going to kind of be like raised on the card art. So you've got the Dragon Maids, Orcus cards, and Punk cards. This is cool. I'm not against this. Again, it creates different rarities. Like they can reprint all these cards now, and then you can have that specific stamp down there in the bottom. So it is really cool. So here's your chance to bling out these decks with unprecedented style. There are 51 Emblazoned cards total, including 6 brand new cards, 2 for each theme. So 6 new cards coming for all of those. It's kind of interesting to print the Punk ones. I think the reason this is coming over, I don't remember the name, but it was the recent holiday set that came out in Japan where they had Orcus, Punk, Dragon Maids. I think that was all, but they did special cards for there, and there were new releases in OCG that we haven't gotten yet in the TCG. So that kind of makes sense. I hope I'm pronouncing this name right. I don't know. Probably not. You guys will correct me down there in the comment section. You guys know, not the greatest when it comes to that type of stuff. Okay, now here is the unfortunate part. Surprise number 3, Starlight's return. Rejoice, everybody. Everybody's supposed to be so happy that Starlights are coming back. If you guys watched my video back in January, where I was talking about what direction Konami should go with their upcoming, with the end of the quarter century rares, end of the 25th anniversary, now that it's been like almost 3 years now, I was hoping that they would not go back to just basic Starlight rares. And honestly, I think it gets worse. So what they're doing, okay, so it says Starlight's return. Okay, some people saw this one coming, but the surprise isn't that Starlight rares are back, which they are, but that they're a lot easier to get. Last seen in 2023 is extremely hard to find cards. Starlight rares will be back in Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem at about the same rate that you could find quarter century secret rares the last couple years. I have some problems with this. The reason I have problems with this is because Konami said that they're not going to reprint cards that were already printed as a Starlight. As say it has a Starlight rare, they're not going to reprint that Starlight rare, or a quarter century rare, they're going to reprint it as a quarter century rare. But what obviously they've shown that they're going to do is take a Starlight rare, reprint it as a QCR. Then they can also print a QCR as a Starlight rare. So what's going to happen? I will not put it past Konami for them to reprint stuff like, think about SP Little Knight, the Dragon Master Magia. What else was printed? Some big ones. Bestial Lobelion was a big one. There's a lot of other really expensive QCRs that are now likely going to be reprinted as Starlight rares. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I really don't. And another thing it does, it devalues Starlight rares. The whole thing with Starlight rares and why they were special is because they were hard to get. That was why they were chase worthy. That's why they were fun. They were high rarity. That's why some of them are $500, $600, $700, $800. I remember at one point, Starlight Rare Stardust Dragon was like $800 to $1,000 raw almost. Maybe. It could be a little bit over, but I remember being about $700 or $800. Like, that is insane for them to do this. Like, I was really hoping that we would see either a new rarity, full arts. Don't get me wrong, I am excited that alternate arts are coming with the chibi ones, because again, that opens up the door to newer things. And I don't agree. I do not agree with them going back to Starlight Rares. I really thought that they were going to give us something new and exciting, full arts, things like that, but who knows? It is 2025. Things are still early. They could be changing things up on us later on. But one thing I am looking forward to, they can finish off some of the sets that like didn't have the complete sets for Starlight Rares. Like example, we only got Ancient Fairy Dragon as a QCR. We only got Red Dragon Archfiend as a QCR. I think every other one, so Stardust, Black Rose, Blackwing Dragon. We still have yet to see Power Tool Dragon, Lifestream Dragon. So for those of you that are Signer Dragon fans, and a big fan of those is trying to complete the set where it's not a mishmash of QCRs and Starlights, that's going to be really cool. And I hope that we see like Assault Mode cards. That would be nice for 5Ds. There's a lot of GX stuff. There's other Elemental Heroes they haven't done yet. We obviously got Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, which was really cool. I would like to see, what haven't we seen yet? Dark Neos. They're never going to reprint Air Neos. We've got Phoenix Enforcer, Shiny Phoenix Enforcer, Divine Neos, Dark Bright. Like, the list goes on for all the different Elemental Heroes. And then going back to some of the classics, you know, with the Dual Monsters era, there's a lot of ones. Dark Flare Knight, raise your hand. Please give us a Dark Flare Knight Starlight rare. Probably never going to happen. It is what it is. It's fine. But anyway, we're going to continue our list of text here. So not a surprise, lots of new cards. One thing you can always expect from a Battles of Legend set is new cards for your decks, and always all foil. Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem has new cards for Nekroz, Gem Knight, Jirak, Fabled, DDs, the Magistus decks, and plus a lot more. Also, not a surprise, this massive 177 card set has plenty of old and new favorites you might still be looking for. Primite Lordly Load. That's a huge reprint. That is a huge reprint because right now that card is like $90 to $100. So that's going to kill the value of that one. But it's, you know, I'm not surprised because it is such a heavy Blue Eyes White Dragon support card. So it was expected. Like that card was going to get reprinted without a doubt. Or wanting to grab as a foil upgrade, King of the Feral Imps has been most displeased by his apparent lack of sparkle. King of the Feral Imps? Somebody's got to explain something here to me that I'm possibly missing, because this doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I really hope that, you know, the King of the Feral Imps and things like that, or maybe this could just be a joke, but I hope Konami continues to give us more like GOAT format Edison themed cards. You guys have seen that I've tried to get into more GOAT format, eventually Edison stuff on the channel. Got some cool collabs coming up I'm really excited for, so it'd be really nice to see more GOAT format, like higher rarity cards. You know, it doesn't have to be like all Starlight rares. I'd like to see more Ultimate rares, like again, what they're doing with the Blue Eyes White Dragon in the OTS 28 is really cool. So again, there's a lot to divest here. You know, I've got some of my notes that we're going to kind of dive into, and we already kind of talked about most of it as well. I think really the only keynote that I had that I didn't talk about was the same ratios for every single set. So going back here, we're probably going to see, where was it at? They're going to be extremely hard to find cards. Starlight rares will be in Battles of Legend. You can find them at the same rate. So we're going to get 25 Starlight rares per every set. I'm going to, you know, not to repeat everything I literally just talked about, but 25 Starlight rares per every set. And again, that's going to devalue even more the Starlight rares that have already been printed. There's already been so many of them that have been reprinted as QCRs or had other reprints and blah, 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 where I just don't agree with it. I really don't agree with it. I know it's good for the game because, you know, one thing we have to keep in mind, this game isn't centralized and focused about collectors. This game is about playability, getting people into the game so they can actually go to events, things like that. That, you know, I guess now talking about that a little bit, one thing Konami needs to do better are their actual events. I've personally never actually been to a YCS, so I can't speak from personal experience, but everybody that I've ever talked with, you know, the pricing, things like that at the actual event could be so much better that Konami does. It could be a hot take. You know, again, I can't speak on it from a personal experience, just from what I've heard from others. You could have the best time at a YCS, and I could have the best time at a YCS. I'm just speaking, again, on their opinions, not mine. So that's important to kind of like make sure we're actually keeping note of. But if this game is going to be so heavily focused on the dueling aspect, like they need to kind of up the standards a bit with that. You know, that could be a whole separate video that we might dive into, but we'll save that for later on. But having Starlight rares 25 every single set, it's just going to get cheap. It's going to get gimmicky. It's going to be, oh, the same stuff. Oh, by Starlight rare. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, I would have much rather prefer to see something like a new rarity, or them to make things like truly rare again. You know, I wasn't really hoping for Starlights to come back, but I was hoping that if they did come back, that it would kind of be like, imagine if they did it as the highest rarity and then they made something like in between, like not quite a Starlight rare. Give us even Hobby League. Like, I think Hobby League cards look cool. Hot take again. You know, a lot of people don't like Hobby League cards. They're kind of like that weird in between a Platinum, a QCR, Starlight, like dual terminal type card. But they could have gave us some rarity in between there and kept Starlight rares like one per every like case and a half or 2 cases. So obviously a lot to divest from the new Battles of Legend Monsters Mayhem that comes out in June. I will admit I am excited. I like these new artworks that are coming out for the chibi styles. I'm going to be collecting them. You guys should too. That's just my personal opinion. But Starlight rares, I really think that they should have given us something different. You know, let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you guys like this style of content, make sure, of course, you do like, comment, subscribe, and let me know down below what we should talk about next. Let me know, of course, all your opinions on everything that I just discussed. Do you agree with everything Konami's doing? Do you disagree? Let's get a discussion going down below in the comment section. That's all I've got. Peace. I do have to give a massive shout out to my channel members: Sargoni YT, K Dragon, Mark Donnelly, Cody Slater, Josh Evans, Michael P. Sutton, Lazy Dane, Evan Rudolph, Allison Snell, Will Breaks TCG, Ram22, Roland Pryor, Austin and Kayla, Ghost King TCG, Capiba, Derek Williams, King Louie, Toe Info Show, Battle Phase, and Opening Act. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice night. I will see you guys in the next one. This is CardBreaker. I'm out.